the early 20th century, the world was consumed by the flames of an unending conflict. The Great War, which was expected to draw to a close, instead spiraled into an abyss of perpetual warfare. The hopes for peace and restoration shattered as the envoys of the Versailles Peace Treaty were brutally assassinated, plunging the world into further chaos. As the years rolled on, the global stage transformed into a battleground where nations fought relentlessly, their war machines fueled by unquenchable thirst for power and dominance. Monarchies and empires, once pillars of strength, crumbled under the weight of constant warfare and the shifting tides of history. A battalion of battle-weary soldiers, having deserted the relentless conflict, returned to their once familiar land, only to discover a haunting sight, a desolate wasteland of ruins. Amidst the crumbling remains of a nation, they encounter the lingering echoes of war, grappling with the ghosts of their past and the harsh realities of a world forever changed. Undeterred, they rally together, fueled by a resilient spirit to rebuild not just their lives, but also their shattered nation.
Welcome to the first free demo for Kaiserpunk. I've been super excited about this game since I first heard about it because it's mixing a lot of city building but also a lot of grand strategy. There is the whole world map, but there's also as I said, city building aspect that is very important to it. So we're gonna dive into it today. I don't think we're gonna be able to cover the whole demo in this first episode. I think we're gonna have a couple of these episodes. So don't hesitate also to tell me in the comments below if you have any questions, photo requests. But yeah, this game is supposed to come later in the year. And right now we are at the beginning. You saw the cinematic. I think it's looking pretty good. There is an interesting back story. We're gonna have multiple maps, probably a campaign, those type of things. It was the night, now the day is slowly starting to come up and we need to start the first event. There's gonna be a lot of events, and by the way, I'd love for those events to start automatically, but anyway, that's a small detail. There is, tutorial, of course. If we click over here, we can move forward. Arthur Mitchell, I don't know if it's really us or if it's the person that's helping us, but anyway, we are coming back, as you saw, from war. World 1 never ended, so this is a sort of alternate world, right? We're coming back home and we see our city is completely destroyed, right? There's not much that's left, so we're gonna have to rebuild everything. Of course, you can move, towards the map like this. You can zoom out, zoom in pretty closely, and honestly, the graphics are interesting. There's a lot of animation. You'll see when we have buildings working, they're gonna be pretty interesting. And now obviously we're just gonna salvage the town, right? There's a lot of things over here, so we want to destroy it all so we can rebuild. That's what's happening now. It's a new day, a new dawn, so we start a city. Really cool, right? I mean, it is, again, still just a demo. The game is not finished, but it's looking nice, right? And you're gonna see that the gameplay is definitely very deep. There is a lot there. It's not perfect, of course, right? It's not coming out tomorrow, but I'm gonna keep playing this one. I'm gonna keep my eye on this one. So don't hesitate again to tell me in the comments below if you're excited to see more on this one or not. So it is, we have cleared the village. We got some basic resources to get us started. That is great. We do still have quite a few ruins, as you can see on the map, but at least we got some space there. So we start with our first event. Couple of civilians have joined us. They want houses. That makes sense. So that's the first thing. We're gonna build houses. And speaking about houses or people, you can see multiple tiers of population, right? We have the laborers over here, manufacturers, technicians, and specialists. Who knows? Maybe you get even some other ones in the future. And as you can see, there's also low density housing and high density housing. So we'll start with what we have, which is laborers, low density housing. And it is 2 houses. Great. Now they are not working. Why? Because you need a road. That makes sense. I would love to have a hotkey for this, by the way. So hotkey for roads, that's a given in my opinion for any city builders, but it seems to be missing. Maybe I missed it, huh? Don't worry. So anyway, we have the road now. We have a first mission down. I'm just placing a few more roads to get us started, because I sort of know we're gonna need some. And we start the next event. This was a great start, but now we need to feed our people. That makes sense, right? You do want to be eating, so we're gonna have some farms, starting with a vegetable farm, just next door, probably. Yeah, let's go. Let's go. Again, another road over here. Good. And we're gonna want a depot. Oh, actually, that's the next mission. But you can see that here there is this problem icon. This is no depot nearby, so the building cannot deliver anywhere. So the next mission is telling us to build a depot. A depot will have some how do you call them? Some trucks to move around. Makes sense. So let's put it over here, maybe there. Okay, so we have a depot. Right, and look at this. Right, we're gonna have people, forklifts. There's even a dog there protecting the depot. We're gonna have trucks that are gonna start riding our roads, everything. So there's some cool buildings, but some cool animations too. Let's move to the next one. Governor, we accomplished a lot. Okay, we need to provide even more housing because we have people that heard about our town and they want to join. Right, there's immigration. Remember I said that you have your map over here. By the way, you can move the map to put it to where it usually is. So you have your map, but you also have the world map, which is this button over here. We cannot access it yet, but soon we'll be able to. So we have immigration, we need more houses. That's fine, let's go. I think we're gonna do blocks of 4 like this. That looks nice. So let's do quick and dirty, done. Now they said 30 laborers and 10 manufacturers, but we don't have houses for manufacturers, so I guess they are not joining us. Next mission is good, but relying on scavenging party would probably not be enough, right? We need to start a first real production chain. We're gonna transform the wood into plywood. I'm gonna make it somewhere over here. Let's go. We have road, expand the road. Oh, no, that's not good at all. So that enables me to show you that you can definitely demolish things if you're not happy. You can also move them if needed. But for a road like this, I say just demolish. Okay, I'm gonna put one here. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so we go into the utilities and we have the forester that's going to give us wood. Obviously, be careful where the entry point, the road access is, right? I'm gonna put it over here on the road, and then lumber yard. I'm gonna put it over here, just in front of it. Good. So we have a lumber yard that's not working properly. Why? What's happening? Well, what's happening is that it cannot deliver anywhere, plus it's waiting for the wood to come, right? It does need for the wood to be delivered. The good thing is it can actually deliver directly. They don't even need to, the wood that's over here doesn't need to go all the way to this depot. It can just go directly there. The problem is more for this lumber. We're gonna need a depot to deliver it. It can go all the way there, like it's doing right now. You can see this truck, but it's gonna take a long time. So then that means this thing is not gonna be fully efficient, which we don't like, right? So we will build another depot. But we'll actually build it over here next door. Now, one thing I do want to show you while we're here too is, we're talking about production chain. So you need to see how much are we producing, right? We're producing, actually, does it even show how much are we producing? Because this is the local stock, this is not the production. But anyway, what we can do is press escape and go into our production panel over here. We can look only at the resources we're producing, that is here, and we can see our wood, we're producing 10 per I think it's per 12 hours, but basically per unit of time, right? We're producing 10 and we're only using 4 with my 1 plywood building. So we can build a second one and still be fine. So that's what we're gonna do, right? We can use the copy mode to just do this. That's a good thing. Okay, so now we have 2. They're gonna deliver there, that's fine. All good. Let's move to the next mission. I'm getting reports of some less than flattering words directed at you. That's not good. That's because I'm only giving them vegetables. It's true, I don't personally love vegetables myself either. This, you may be wondering what this is. Basically, every time you reach certain milestone of population, things like this, a bit like in Anno, you're gonna unlock new things, unlock new buildings, unlock some upgrades, and a couple of resources. So anyway, we, as we said, my people are not so happy. The morale is over here. There is only 27 of morale because I'm not really giving them many things, right? I'm not giving them this newspaper over here, which is a luxury good. I'm not really giving them any of the services like health or safety, and even the basic needs. Right now it's 100% because I had some bread at the beginning, but this bread is actually gonna be empty very soon unless we start making some. So we're gonna want to start making some. I do want to put a couple more houses before we do that, because I think we're gonna need the workforce. Oh, and as you saw, I made a small mistake, but we can use the move button to move it. So done. Okay, up and up. Good. So we have over here the grain field, and yes, by the way, if you hover over the mission on the log, you will see how to do it, right? The mission is to set up your bread production. How to do it: you start with building a grain field, then you build a flour mill, then you build a bakery, and you may have to build additional housing, which is what I did. So anyway, let's put the farm, and this one is cool because it has 2 entry points. So I'm gonna put it here. And yes, I did this when I was trying it before, so that's why I know exactly where you put it. As you can see, it fits perfectly, so I felt I needed to show you that. I stumbled upon it by mistake, but I had to do it again. So we have started to make bread. Great. We do have a small problem, which is why is this one, doesn't have the resources yet. We first need to produce the grain field, and then it's gonna come. But the key thing that's cool is if you look over here, you can see that this one will be able to deliver directly there. It doesn't have to go, the flour doesn't need to go to the warehouse and then back to the bakery. It can go directly from one to the next. So that's what we did basically over here. Next mission, let's make some progress. Hostiles incoming, that's not good. Lookouts are reporting that a large group is on its way. Are they buddies of the previous inhabitants, or are they hostiles? We can either send someone to negotiate, or I don't care if it's their mother, send whoever who is still armed. So there's gonna be in this game a lot of events, and what I've seen from the dev blogs is that those events actually will have a lot of very complex ramification. That's what they call stories, where you make one choice and then a couple of months later you have to make another choice, and this, your first choice influences the second and vice versa. And so you have to think a bit about what you're doing. In this case, I think we're gonna send everybody that is armed because you never know. It's better to be safe than sorry. And yeah, they're attacking us. Now there is a small problem here, as you can see, is we're getting attacked, but my people are still, living their lives. They're not really moving. So the animation here is not perfect, but let's remember again that this is just a demo. The game is not finished, so we shouldn't be too harsh there. The good thing is we're killing them, as you can see, right? We kill many of them. There's just their tanks still there, but it's retreating. So all good there. I think we have survived. And the good thing is that there's a bridge, but there's a lot of barrels on the bridge, so we can blow the bridge. And I think they blew it, but doesn't change the fact that we're protected for now. They can't attack us anymore. So all good, the bridge is down. We should definitely make some militia soon though, but to be able to do this, we're gonna need to find the nearby ruin factory. So if we look at our minimap, it's over here. Just before we do this, let me show you that, you know, all of these ruins there, now we are able to start salvaging them or repairing them depending on which it is. So we're gonna do this, salvage, get us some resources. It takes some time, it also takes some laborers. So I'm gonna build a couple more houses over here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Boop, boop, boom. Now I have to admit there is something I didn't even check the first time I played the demo, is where do I see if I'm eating all of my food? So if I look this is population. No, I don't think this is where we're gonna see. We see the morale there, that's not what I'm looking for. Maybe it's just over here. So if I look at my productions, I am producing vegetables, right? 8. But it says I'm not using any, which is strange. I guess I should be eating some, but maybe I'm eating less than 1, and that's why it says 0. Still, so if you know about that, do tell me in the comments below. Right, how to know how much food you're eating, because I don't really see that right now. So anyway, we have some population now that's cleaning those ruins. It's gonna take some time. So let's go to this one over here. Oh, there's some defenses. Maybe we're gonna get attacked. Let's see. Yes, training and keeping a standing army takes a lot of resources. Sure. Let's see. We send some soldiers in. Yeah, you may think that a cinematic like this is useless, but I do think it brings a lot of immersion to the game. I like it. I like it. So we found a couple of skilled workers. That's great. We can use them if they're willing to join us. Yeah, I think that's good. So it is, we have cleared part of the factory, got some ammunition, handguns, food rations. So that's great. I love it. There is still quite a few that we could also continue to salvage, because we have actually quite a bit of population now. So let's do this. Let's salvage as much as we can, as quickly as we can, to get some resources, and we can move to our next mission. The next mission being military might. It's time to build an army. Okay. Armies and military base. To create an army, simply build a new military base, and a commanding officer will be automatically assigned. Good. So we're continuing to clear over here. You can see less and less things over there. Good. So military, it is over here. We have a couple of different buildings, in particular the military base. I think we're going to put it over here. We already have a warehouse, so let's use that over here. Battalion volunteers. Okay, the world map is now available. And look at this, it's pretty cool, right? Sometimes the camera is a bit finicky, but I love these buildings. They're really cool. So we have now access to the world map. Before I show you the world map, let's check what the next event is supposed to be. Unit training. So we need to select some to train some units. Train 3 to be more precise. Let me show you the world map first. So I clicked over here, right? We go to the world map. In this map, because there's going to be multiple map scenarios, right? But in this one, in this mission, if you wish, we play as Central Europe over here. Alright, that's pretty cool. You can see my city here. We could build also some upgrades. Every single region, you can build some upgrades. It could be things like an outpost, which will, serve as a supply point, an infrastructure, which is speeding up the transport of resources, mining site. Right, so there's multiple buildings, and that's where the grand strategy will come into play. Because obviously, right now I only have one region, which is my sort of capital region, but soon we'll be able to attack many others. So that's definitely gonna be cool. Before we attack though, again, I need to build some military units. So we'll come back to the world map in, next time. Next time. So how to build our military units? Well, we're gonna go to our battalion over here. You can see we have right now only 1 unit, and we can start building some new ones. We have the militia, we have the field guns. They each require different things, right? So for example, this one requires 50 people and 50 handguns. This one requires 90 people and 30 field guns. Then we have vehicles over here. We have, more advanced soldiers, tanks. So there's going to be, of course, a couple of different ones. Right now, we can basically only do militia. So that's what we're doing. Right, here it is. I have queued 3 of them. It needs some resources and some, recruits. So it's going to also come from the depot, right? And yeah, with this, we're gonna start getting some armies, 5%. It's gonna take a bit of time, but speaking of time, we are right now at speed 1, can move to speed 3. I think we may, speaking to the developers, I may want even higher than 3. It's not bad, but I think we could go even higher. But yeah, we're making money. We have a couple of people. They seem to be eating okay. For now, we can actually check potentially over here, earlier it was definitely lower than 100, now it's higher. You can see the balance seems to be increasing, so either they have forgotten the mechanic of giving food to my people, or consuming really a very small amount, which could also make sense, especially when you see that, I need a lot of people to do all of those things. Maybe it is telling me I should have a lot more houses. We have set up just the basic housing, basic food, and we're doing only plywood. There's gonna be a lot more, right? There's gonna be a lot more food. There's gonna be a lot more manufacturing and mining. Soon we're also gonna need to move it into electricity. Then there is all of the public services, right? Morale buildings, things like the newspaper or the brewery. So there's tons of things we haven't done. But I think it's a good end for this first episode to show you in this demo of Kaiserpunk. And I'm gonna start recording the second episode right away. So please stay tuned, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, so you don't miss the next episode, because I think this game has a lot of potential. I hope you agree, smash the like button, hope to see you next time.